It's with great pleasure that I bring to the NOOM stage the one and only Miss Janice Buckner.
I write a lot of songs where I love the people to sing with me. So on this first one, which I call Reggae Spiritual, you have 2 lines when you hear them. Find the simplest way and shine on the break of day. The key to happiness. Find the simplest way. My heart, it knows the key to happiness. Shine on the break of day. Now if you lose the key to who you are, find the simplest way. If you lose the key to who you are, shine on the break of day. Now this is the Joni Mitchell part. You ready? Do 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 do. Sing it out. Do 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 do. The children, they know the path to heaven's gate. The children, they know the path to heaven's gate. Shine on the break of day. The river, it runs across to the riverbed. The river, it runs across to the riverbed. Day, oh, ooh, shine on the break of day. Ooh, ooh, shine on the break of day. Oh, ooh, shine on the break of day. When I was 8 years old, my great-grandpa, Benjamin Moskowitz, gave me a tiny little magnifying glass. And it was only the size of a silver dollar, maybe this big. And it stood on a little black iron tripod. And he said to me that if I looked at things through the magnifying glass, I'd be able to understand their nature, and I'd be able to know the world better. And being 8 years old, I took it on as my responsibility to understand the world, and I became what I call a seeker. And the songs I'm doing reflect the idea that I spend my time trying to figure things out. What does this mean? Why are we here? So my songs are pretty spiritual. And again, I'm going to want you to join in whenever you can. Most of these are on my album called Seekers and Dreamers. Don't know where we're headed. Don't know where we've been. All I know, I'm searching for a unity within. Feeling bonds between us, not knowing why they're there. Trying to make some sense of all the reasons we are here. This will be your part. Because there's footprints in the sand, I do not think they're mine. Although I have been here before and have been since all time, there are footprints in the sand that trace along the shore from the first steps that we ever took to we shall walk no more. There's the footprints of young lovers, footprints of old friends, footprints that were different, but with time have come to blend. There's There's the footprints of the children who dance along the shore. Footprints going in and out to return again once more. Because there are footprints in the sand, I do not think they're mine. Because there's footprints in the sand, I do not think they're mine. Although I have been here before and have been since all time, there are footprints in the sand that trace along the shore, from the first steps that we ever took to we shall take no more. There are footprints of the powerful, footprints of the weak, footprints of the gamblers who sold their lives for greed. There's the footprints of the fearful ones, footprints of the small, footprints of the dreamers who left no print at all. Because there's footprints in the sand, I do not think they're mine. Although I have been here before and have been since all time, there are footprints in the sand that trace along the shore, from the first steps that we've ever walked till we shall walk no more. There are those who lived in shadow and those who held the light, those who were our teachers and guided with foresight. There's the footprints of the lucky ones, footprints of the weak, footprints going everywhere till the circle is complete. Now you sing it. There are footprints in the sand. Trace, to think they're mine. Thank you. Oh, I have been here before and have been since all time. There are footprints in the sand. Trace, from the first steps that we've ever walked till we shall walk no more. From the first steps that we ever walked till we shall walk no more. And I like to write poems. This one is called Strength. Those who are brave and come by it naturally, they know no fear and are not afraid. But those who have known fear and overcame it with bravery, those they are strong, for their bravery had a price. Those who have purpose in life and come by it naturally, fear no lack of guidance, for it flows from within. But those who have known emptiness and have searched until they found meaning, their achievement is great and their accomplishment deep. Those who love naturally and whose hearts are open know not of hatred and are well loved, but those who bear hurt find that loving is harder. Yet when they do love, their rewards they are many. Those who have everything and come by it naturally know not of deprivation, and so they fear no lack. But those who have yearned and learned to transcend it, their lives are sweetened, for they have discovered how to appreciate. It is when the path is hard that we learn to climb. It is when the challenge is met that we learn to fly. And here comes the dreamer part. So I've already explained being a seeker. My mother, as I was growing up, always said I was in La La Land. And you know, I took that as an insult until I realized what it meant, and I did. I had my head always in the clouds as a dreamer. I went to college like I was supposed to do and got a master's in education and became a teacher. And after 1 year, I decided to leave and travel around the country alone in my little Volkswagen Bug. And I had a camera and a guitar and a tent. And for a year, I went all along the perimeter of the United States alone, because every day I got to invent myself, brand new. Nobody knew me. I could try out different things. And it was wonderful, and I finally realized my mom was right. I am in La La Land, but it's not an insult, it's because I'm a dreamer. And most of my family were pretty upset that I left being a teacher, because they know I love children, and as many of you know, I'm in the schools all the time. I sing for children. I educate that way. My grandma in particular was so upset, and she would call constantly and say, give it up. Why do you want to be a singer? You're going to make no money, you're going to be broke. And after one conversation, I sat down at the piano, and I remember slamming the top down on the piano. And then I opened it up again, and this entire song came out. It's called I Want It. And I'm inviting Annie Mark to come up and be my grandmother. Oh yes, and I'd like Emily Eisen. She's going to come up and play the eggs. Let's hear it for the lady with the eggs. You ready, Annie?
Sure.
And I do want to say the one person who stuck by me through all of this was my dad. And I'll talk more about him later. No, we're not.
She was going to change the key on that. Your grandma doesn't want you to change the key.
Well, you know what happened? Originally, in the early open mics, Toby had to play my grandmother. So we did it in the key of C. We're now in the key of G. I want it, I'll find it, I'll have it. This dream that I live for each day. I won't stop my dreaming until I get it. It's my life to live my own way.
You'll never find it, you'll never have it, don't bother. Don't waste your time with your head lost up in the clouds. One day you'll wake up and you'll discover you missed out. So stop your dreaming, open your eyes up right now.
If I have a dream, I must give it the best chance that I know to give. For what good is life but to live it and share it with others who give.
Now you'll be sorry, I've seen it happen to others.
I must give it.
You are no different from many dreamers
to live.
Your dreams will lead you to places no one can follow.
But I must go there.
And you'll be lost then, out on your own then, alone.
I'll take a chance. I hear a voice and it guides me.
Now you'll be sorry.
So there's only one path I can go.
Others before,
no matter how far I must travel,
you will go nowhere.
Be true to myself,
know you'll be alone in time. Well, let's do it again. In time, I know it, you will outgrow it. So listen to
The answers I need are
for I can help you. You know I've been there
If I turn
before.
over, where can I go?
But then I wise up,
And though
open
you're
my eyes up,
trying
and I'm not
to guide
complaining. So compromise now, and you will learn
The
how
answers
to
I
get by.
I want it, I'll find it, I'll have it. This dream that I live for each day. I won't stop my dreaming until I get it. It's my life to live my own way. I want it, I'll find it, I'll have it. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Anne.
I'm not really your grandma.
I think
But I'd be
we're...
honored to be your grandma, Janice.
No, of course you're not. I'm older than you, you know. But we're wannabe grandmas. Your Emily is a grandma.
I'm a grandma.
She's a great grandma. Speaking
Well, I'm
of...
not a great grandma. I'm just a grandma.
Oh, sorry, I don't want to rush
Just a
things.
grandma. I'm a good grandma, but not a great grandma. Not yet. A couple of years, maybe like 20.
Speaking of grandmas, I've been very lucky. There's longevity in my family, and my grandmas, the one I wrote this poem for, lived to be 94. My other grandma lived to be 100, but she lied about her age so she couldn't tell anyone. So technically, you know, she went at 99. But I sat by the bedside of Grandma Florence, and I wrote a poem. And the poem is called Transcendence. Spirit transcends flesh, and death as we know it is new life to the soul, expanding into the enormity of the universe. The completion of life gives way to the soaring of the soul, and though sad it is for the ones left behind, what joy for the spirit, free and unbounded, touching us all as light cuts through air. The transcendence of spirit is felt everywhere. So I was used to being a caretaker and being around for both my grandmas to the end. And it was a blessing, and the same is true for my dad. He lived to be 91, and some of you in this room might remember him. We had a show together when he was in his late 80s, and my mother had already passed 10 years before. I created a show called Those Were the Days so he could perform with me, and he'd play his harmonica. And when we were kids, he only had a C harmonica. They didn't yet have all the blues harps out. So he'd make us play guitar, and then he'd say to us, "What key is it in?" And no matter what key it was in, we'd all go, "Key is C." And he never understood why sometimes the harmonica was in tune and sometimes it wasn't. But when I created the show, I bought him an entire set of harps so that he could play along and sound great to every song. My dad was not only my mentor, but he was my soulmate. And when he passed away 7 years ago, as I said, for those left behind, I was able to handle the other transitions, but when my dad left, it's like part of me left. And I never really had closure on it. And it wasn't until Emily invited me to, as a gift, to give her a photo that I did, and she was going to turn it into a painting. And then she decided she liked the photo. It was I was laying in my hammock, and I'd look up at all the trees and the leaves, and that's where I'd go to grieve or to be sad or just to look through that little magnifying glass again. That was my spot. So Emily said to me, "Hey, I want to put this in the gallery opening," which was back in December this year. She goes, "Do you have a name for the picture?" I said, "Okay, let's call it Breath of Eden." And then she goes, just a few weeks before the gallery opening, do you think you could write a song for this? So I thought about it and I said, well, what is the most touching part of me? And I wrote this song about my dad, and the song gave me closure, finally, after all those years. A way to bring my dad back into my heart. And I imagine many of you have someone out there who you feel they took a part of you. And that is what happens when you love, right? So Annie will be on harp. And Em will also be on harmonies. As leaves sway high above me, I retreat inside me to places deep within, inside my heart. Now that you have journeyed to realms that are beyond me, I must find my way to you within my heart. The breath of Eden, which carries me to you. The breath of Eden, which connects me to your soul. The breath of Eden, where I'm again with you, and our love is felt once more, and I am whole. When loneliness surrounds me, I reach for those I can't see, and I ask for faith to guide me and bring me home. I find an inner vision, reliving times that have been, and I feel you once again deep in my soul. The breath of Eden, which takes me home to you. The breath of Eden, where you and I, we are one. The breath of Eden, Thank you, Annie Mark. Could you hear the harp okay? Okay, great. All right, we're going to do something fun now. I wrote a song called One Light, One Earth, and I sung it last week for the Huntington Anti-Bias Peace Force. And it's all about how each of us are shining lights. So I asked Rich and Toby if it was possible to turn all the lights off and everybody take out your cell phones and put on your flashlights and aim them up. And while I'm singing, have fun. You can make designs. I wonder if you're going to make a group sway. But be like the birds and let those lights speak for us now. So all the lights are going to go off, and hopefully your cell phones go on. Can we even turn this one off? So remember, let's get some lights on the ceiling. Do they reach that high? Yes, and sway them around. Look how cool that looks. Those of you in the front might want to turn your lights to the back so people can see them. One light, one earth, our chance to shine and to inspire. One light of hope. So much to share with our desires. Many people joining in, so much that we can share. We light the way for one another and spread hope everywhere. One light, one earth, our voices raised, we spark each other. One light, one earth, our dreams we share with one another, making all dreams of peace come true. Our special gifts we give, challenges we bravely meet, teaching what we live. One light, one earth, our tiny lights, they join as one. One light, one earth, burning brightly as the sun. Our world is here, a light of unity, a light to tell the world we're here together, you and me. One light, one earth, our chance for peace that lasts forever. One light, one earth, our chance to build this dream together, singing, standing side by side. Our light, it's burning bright. We light the earth, we light the sky, together, you and I. Together, you and I, burning bright. You and I, in the light. One light, one earth. is the seed of miracles. It is the fruit of belief and the bounty of effort. Yes is the power of antithesis, is the outcome of antithesis and doubt and the defiance of no. It is the product of can be and will be and the outgrowth of what's have done and accomplishments. Yes is the foundation of life and our reason for being. It is the birthright of our potential and the song in our heart. Yes is the spirit that accompanies us through the trials and joys of life. So, time for one more. I'm going to invite back Annie and Emily, and we're going to do a song I wrote called Spirit Dance. Here's your part. That's it. If you get tired, you can let it go. Speak the words of your dream.
Carry on.
Sing the spirit of your soul.
Sing your song.
Walk to the rhythm of your beating heart and dance to the joy of your spirit. In the dark of night, carry on.
Carry on.
In the stirrings of your mind, sing your song.
Sing your song.
When the beating heart is the only sound, we'll dance to the joy of your spirit. For shelter in the storm, carry on.
Carry on.
Take comfort from your friends, sing your song.
Sing your song.
For strength to survive the fast and rising tide, dance to the joy of your spirit. In the tumult of a crowd, carry on.
Carry on.
In the midst of strangers, sing your song.
Sing your song.
In the noise and confusion of many troubled souls, dance to the joy of your spirit. When you walk alone, carry on.
Carry on.
When you feel forgotten, sing your song.
Sing your song.
When your reason fails and your body ails, well, dance to the joy of your spirit. So search for the truth, carry on.
Carry on.
Have faith in your soul, sing your song.
Sing your song.
Count on your strengths to find your guiding light and dance to the joy of your spirit. Yes, dance to the joy of your spirit. Thank you.
Thank you, Janice.
Emily Isaac and
Ladies and gentlemen, please give another round of applause to Janice Buckner.